Hello, my name is Ryan Aston. Welcome to my channel. I am an English teacher and coach from Great Britain. Last week I uploaded 5 short videos and asked a lot of you to watch and give me feedback. So thank you to everybody who did. I used that feedback to create this new series which I call English in Britain. The idea of this series is firstly to look at English in context and analyse the language in real life examples, and then secondly to teach you something about my country, the United Kingdom. So I hope each week you will learn something new about the language, but also learn something new about the history and culture of the United Kingdom. Of course, I am also an English teacher, so I offer one-on-one tuition over Skype, so if you want details about that you can send me an email at ryanaston.ec@gmail.com. If you have any questions, ideas or suggestions for future videos, then please leave a comment in the boxes below. Or if you just watch the videos and want to support me in creating more videos, then all you have to do is press like and press subscribe. Thank you very much in advance for all your support, and I really hope you enjoy the series.
So I've split each episode into 2 sections. The first one I call Perfect Your English. In part 1 we will look at a common difficulty that many English learners have, and that is the difference between there, spelled T-H-E-Y-R-E, there, spelled T-H-E-I-R, and there, spelled T-H-E-R-E. If you think you know already, then I would suggest you pause the video and try to answer that question yourself and write out some example sentences. So let's begin, and we'll start with the easiest, which is there, spelled T-H-E-Y''R-E. Now that is actually just a contraction of the 2 words there and are. So if you want to say they are, then you can say there. Let's look at this example. They are going to the party tonight, or they're going to the party tonight. Next we will look at the there, which is spelled T-H-E-I-R. This one indicates ownership or possession. It is usually followed by a noun, and it means that noun belongs to them. Let's look at this example. It's not my house, it's their house. Like all possessive pronouns, it doesn't always have to be followed by a noun. If the noun is already known or has already been mentioned, for example, it's not my house, it's theirs. Finally, we have there spelled T-H-E-R-E. You will use this one for anything else. It usually implies location, as in it's over there, as in the example, it's over there on the table. But you may also use it in other idiomatic expressions like there is or there are. For example, there are a lot of people at the party. So have you understood all of that? If not, just watch the explanations a couple more times. Each time it should become more clear. If you think you have understood everything, then I have a few test questions. Pause the video after each question so you have time to think about your answer. That's the best way to learn. So let's begin. Their English. They come from London. So their English. How would you spell there in this situation? T-H-E-Y''R-E, of course, because what you want to say is they are English, which contracts to their English. Why is there so much traffic today? Why is there? There, T-H-E-R-E. You don't want to say they are, And we're not talking about possession. Of course, it's not followed by a noun. So for anything else, we use there, THERE. Why is there so much traffic today? And finally, I like them, but I do not like their friends. Of course, their, THEIR, because it implies possession. It is the friends of them. In part 2, I will give you a short piece of writing. It will contain a few mistakes. Your job is to pause the video, find and correct any mistakes, and then we will review it together. Hi, my name is Jorge. I am from Spain. Who want to practice English with me? I can teach Spanish to you in return. Please write me if you're interested. Thanks so much. So, do you think you've spotted a few mistakes and been able to correct them? Well, let's go through and correct it together. Hi, my name is Jorge. That's fine, there's no mistake with that, so let's move on to the next bit. I am from Spain. Now, it's not incorrect, but it's more common to contract the words I and am and say I'm. So you can say I am from Spain, but it's better to say I'm from Spain. Who wants? Okay, in the example above, he wrote who want, but the verb in the third person always has an S at the end. So it should be who wants. To practice. Okay. Now, in this example above, practice would be correct if we were writing in American English. In British English, the verb practice should have an S in it. So as we're learning British English, I've highlighted this as a mistake and it should be to practice with an S. English. It's spelt correctly, but languages, as with countries, should begin with a capital letter. With me is fine. I can teach you Spanish in return. So this one you just have to look at the structure and the word order of the sentence. I can teach Spanish to you is not correct. The pronoun you should come after teach and before the subject Spanish. So I can teach you Spanish in return. Notice, like with English, Spanish should also have a capital letter. Please write to me. Okay, the verb write requires the preposition to. So it's not write me, but write to me. If you're. So in this example, what Jorge is trying to say is if you are interested. Now, if you are is similar to what we looked at earlier. They are, you are contracts to your and should be spelt Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. If your is right in speech, but in written English it should have an apostrophe R-E. And of course, I'm sure he's trying to say if you're interested. If you're interesting would be correct if he means if you are an interesting person. That might be what he means, but probably not. More commonly in this situation you would say if you're interested. Thank you very much. Thanks so much. You may hear it as very colloquial, informal speech, but it's not particularly correct. Thank you very much is the correct way of saying that. So with all the corrections, it should look like this. Hi, my name is Jorge. I'm from Spain. Who wants to practice English with me? I can teach you Spanish in return. Please write to me if you're interested. Thank you very much. So on to part 3. Here we will look at a very common British word or expression to help you improve your understanding of more informal speech. I call this section Rather British Slang. So in our first episode, we'll look at the word rather, as I've used it in the title, and it is a very common British word. Rather can mean very or quite. So in the following example, it's rather good. It's a way of saying it's very good or it's quite good. You can also put really before rather and say it's really rather good, and that would mean it's very good. So somebody might say to you, "How's the weather today?" And you can answer, "It's rather hot." So that's the end of the first section, Perfect Your English. We will learn some more and look at some more examples in the next episode. In the second section of my series, I will try each week to teach you something about my country. I call this section History, Food and Culture of Great Britain. Now, you may have heard the terms Britain, Great Britain, England and the United Kingdom. But do you know the differences between them all? Well, that's what we're going to learn in this episode. Let's take a look at a map of the United Kingdom. First of all, I should point to you where different places are on the map. We have England, which makes up the large part of the island. We have Wales. We have Scotland at the top. We have Ireland, or the Republic of Ireland, over here. And we also have Northern Ireland, which is up here. If you're interested, by the way, I am from Bournemouth, which is down here. Now, first of all, we need to take away the Republic of Ireland. That's because it is a completely separate country. It is not part of the United Kingdom, it is not part of Great Britain. And what we have left are England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. This makes the United Kingdom. Now, if we remove Northern Ireland, so we don't have Ireland or Northern Ireland at all, we are left with England, Scotland and Wales. And this makes Great Britain. So, to summarise, England is part of Great Britain, which is England, Scotland and Wales. And Great Britain is part of the United Kingdom, which is England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Remember, the Republic of Ireland is a separate country. Some people have difficulty remembering which is the United Kingdom and which is Great Britain, but it's easy to remember if you know the full name of the country, which is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. For a bit of extra information, if you're English, Scottish or Welsh, your nationality is British. If you're from Northern Ireland, your nationality is British, but it can also be Irish. You will often have dual nationality. So that's the end of episode 1. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've learnt something about the British English language, and also I hope you now know the difference between Great Britain and the United Kingdom. Please show your support and help me create more videos by clicking like and subscribing. Leave a comment if you have a question or suggestion for future lessons. And if you would like one-on-one tuition over Skype, please email me at ryanaston.ec@gmail.com.